than 100 healthcare workers at Mercy Hospital get the initial doses of COVID-19 vaccine. I'm Zach Dodge with what it's taken to get here, coming up.
How a rapid COVID-19 test is helping to head off the virus's spread on a local college campus.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
More than 100 additional healthcare workers in Joplin received the COVID-19 vaccine. This is KOAM News at 6. Mercy Hospital received their initial shipment of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine on Tuesday. Between then and today, they had vaccinated a few dozen employees. Now they're ramping it up. KOAM's Zach Dodge was there and has details.
There was a lot of excitement and newfound feelings of hope this morning as surgeons, pediatricians, and paramedics rolled up their sleeves for that first long-awaited dose. William Bolus, a paramedic and ER doctor, was the first today to get that dose.
No, it's kind of the first of the first, but I say it's a positive thing until proven otherwise.
Everyone that comes through the door is just, we see hope. We're, really ready.
Mercy is one of only 20 healthcare providers in Missouri to be part of the state's initial distribution, receiving around 1,900 doses directly from Pfizer just days after the FDA gave the vaccine emergency approval.
It's been weeks of planning that's taken place to really be able to bring this to fruition.
In preparation, the hospital had to rent an ultra-cold freezer capable of storing the vaccines that require sub-zero temps and arrive in a bed of dry ice.
When we do place it in our ultra cold freezer, we do have 6 months to be able to utilize that, but we're hoping to use it much sooner than that. Usually within 10 days is our plan.
Once they're ready to give it, they just have to worry about timing, since the vaccine is only good for a certain amount of time after it's thawed. Otherwise, though, it's a lot like a flu shot. So understanding the work that went into this moment just makes the occasion even more exciting.
There's been a lot of work effort up to this point, so being able to get that many of our coworkers here and vaccinated has been a blessing.
The hospital will receive their second shipment within a few weeks so they can give the second doses of the vaccine to those workers. Reporting in Joplin, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
By 8 p.m. tonight, more than 200 healthcare workers at Mercy in Joplin will have received the initial dose for vaccination. Hospital says they haven't had any reports of serious adverse reactions. Oklahoma teachers have been moving up the vaccine priority list. Governor Kevin Stitt said today teachers are being moved from the third phase of vaccinations to the second phase. Stitt said his goal is to return all schools to in-person classes in January, next month. Frontline healthcare workers have already begun receiving the vaccination. Long-term care providers and residents, paramedics, emergency medical technicians, and pharmacy staff who will administer the vaccine in long-term care facilities will be vaccinated next. Integris Hospital in Grove and Miami, Oklahoma received some of the first doses of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine in Oklahoma. Some physicians and staff members at the hospital received that vaccine today. For these frontline heroes, it's a relief as they continue to fight the virus.
I also am excited for myself. I don't want the ability to take this virus home to my family. I've got a wife, 2 young children. I've got a lot of family members who I haven't seen for months.
In a news release, Integris officials said employees were eager to instill trust that the vaccine is safe for the public. In a news conference, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly said the next to receive the COVID-19 vaccine will be first responders, some essential workers, teachers and school staff, child care workers, and those with high-risk health conditions. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment Secretary hopes people will be self-aware and not cut in line for a vaccine.
The people that will be administering the vaccine will ask the reason that they've registered for the vaccine. And secondly, we're hoping that people will self-police and that the spirit of goodwill and community spirit will carry the day. That, I think, is the most humane way, I guess I'd say, to manage people and treat them as adults.
The Joplin Health Department is reporting the deaths of 2 or more Joplin residents who had COVID-19. The patients were a 62-year-old man and an 83-year-old woman. The latest deaths bring the city's total now to 82. Nevada, Missouri's Cotty College is one of 28 Missouri universities using a new type of COVID-19 test. Over the last month, the Missouri Department of Higher Education and Workforce Development has been shipping thousands of test kits to colleges throughout the state. The Binax Now test is a rapid response test that lets users know almost immediately whether they've contracted the coronavirus. Tonight at 10, Cotty College's Vice President for Student Life talks about how the new tests have helped with coronavirus mitigation on campus. Checking in now with Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Daniel. It turned out to actually be a pretty good day after we've had 6 days with high temps into the 30s. We didn't see that today. Finally, we made it up to about 48 degrees, average high is 46, so just a smidge above where we should be. We've had plenty of sunshine, but we do have some mid and upper level clouds, which are starting to increase now. This is with our next storm system that is centered right out across the western parts of the Rockies, and this is going to start to move in on us late tomorrow into tomorrow night and continuing into Saturday. It's still cold, of course. It's 39, 40 degrees across the region. We'll drop back near 30 later on tonight, but not as cold because southerly winds are really increasing. That's going to keep our temperatures up just a bit as we work through the overnight hours as we slide back through the 30s. Overnight low right around 31. Of course, we're going to look at that next storm system here in just a bit.
All right. We'll catch you soon. Thanks, Doug. The 6 state universities in Kansas, which include Pitt State, will not raise on-campus housing and dining fees next year. The Kansas Board of Regents voted to keep those fees flat, despite higher costs and fewer students because of the pandemic. University officials told the regents the schools need to keep costs affordable. The regents also appointed a committee to begin the search for a new Wichita State president. Former President Jay Golden resigned abruptly in September after he was criticized for retracting an invitation to Ivanka Trump to speak at that university. Missouri gas prices are at the highest average level in more than 3 months. Statewide, the average price of gas is $1.90 a gallon. While that's a slight increase over the last few months, it's still lower than Missouri drivers were paying this time last year. About 31 cents a gallon less, in fact. The national average price per gallon is $2.20. The Missouri Lottery plans to limit how many tickets individuals can buy in one day. The Lottery Commission voted today to ban the selling of more than $10,000 in tickets to one person in a 24-hour period. Former Governor Eric Greitens' administration removed a previous cap as part of an effort to reduce government regulation. Officials acknowledge that an individual buying $10,000 worth of tickets is rare, but they say the change could stop someone from trying to bypass the system by buying a large number of tickets to win a major prize. Still ahead, Neosho school officials break ground on a taxpayer-funded project at the middle school, and a last-minute push to help the Pittsburgh Salvation Army reach its fundraising goal. Neosho, Missouri school officials today broke ground on a new storm shelter for the middle school. The shelter is funded through a bond issue voters approved this summer. It's part of the Next Step initiative that was passed in June. The 5,500 square foot shelter will double as a learning and professional development space, but it's primarily about safety.
You know, I know our students are thankful, our staff that can not worry about, you know, how do we get kids into restrooms or basements or, the places where we tried to shelter them in the past.
Construction of that $2 million shelter should be finished by the start of school next year, if all goes well. The Pittsburgh Salvation Army could really use some help this holiday season. They've received less than 50% of their Red Kettle campaign fundraising goal, with only a week left in the campaign. You probably know of at least one way to give, the Salvation Army Red Kettles, but this year they've also gone virtual.
So people can give online, even if they're not getting out of their homes. We have virtual kettle online that they can give to. We have the scan codes on our kettle sites.
You can find links to give in this story on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Joplin's Spiva Center for the Arts is giving you a chance to pick up a gift for the art lover in your family. Spiva is hosting its holiday bazaar in the upstairs gallery. You'll be able to find lots of handmade items from Joplin artists and artisans, all under $150.
We have so many different mediums in there right now, and a lot of them are just really interesting. So we have some encaustic, which is waxwork, and it's stunning. We have some really interesting glass pieces. We have jewelry and pottery. There's woodworking. There's a little bit of literally everything.
The Spiva Center for the Arts is located at 222 West 3rd Street in Joplin. Check it out. Doug Hetty is up next with his complete forecast. And a little bit later, police officers in Franklin County, Kansas go above the call of duty to help a woman avoid the cold.
Well, at least it turned out to be a much better day for us today after we had 6 days that our temperatures struggled to even get above 40 degrees. Finally, today we did go into the upper 40s and we got the sun to return, which is always nice to see. It's cooling back now. 39 Nevada, 41 in Parsons, Independence at 39, Miami at 43, 39 in Neosho, much of the same in Carthage. And we're not going to be near as cold tonight. We'll drop back into the lower 30s, but not the lower 20s like we've seen over the past couple nights due to southerly winds. This is actually going to keep our temperatures up just a little bit. They're also really going to increase for us tomorrow. Looks good looking off toward the east, a jaunt to the southeast. 39 south winds at about 5 to 10. Humidity is at 70%. We'll slide back through the 30s, eventually down to about 31 later on tonight. And we've had clear skies all day long, but now we're starting to get some mid and upper level clouds, which are sneaking in. And that's going to be the case as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Eventually, we'll have mostly cloudy skies. This is due to our next storm system, which is developing out to the west. You can see it right across the central parts of the Rockies, the main upper level low, right through parts of western Utah. And as this system slides in, it's not going to have a ton of moisture to work with, but it should have enough that it will at least give us a few showers by tomorrow night. Clouds increase tonight, lower 30s for overnight lows. Mostly cloudy skies on Friday, but it's still going to be a really nice day. We're going to warm up well into the 50s for highs. We'll start at 31, 49 by noon, high temp of 53. But look at our south winds, 15 to 25, and that's sustained. We're going to have gusts much higher than that. As we go through the evening hours, we'll start to see a few showers trying to develop, especially after midnight, and then we're going to have on and off showers into Saturday morning. Our temperatures will be dropping back into the mid-30s. There may be a random flake or two mixed in Saturday morning, but that should be about it, as most of the rain starts to exit as we work through the daytime hours on Saturday. So Saturday, not the best of days. We're still going to warm into the 40s, but we're going to have a lot of clouds across the region. Look at the winds tomorrow. These are wind gusts. So by tomorrow morning, we're going to have wind gusts near 30 miles per hour, but by the afternoon, winds are going to be gusting 40, maybe 42, maybe 43 miles per hour. So it's going to be super windy for us tomorrow. By Sunday, it looks pretty good. We'll rebound back into the 50s. Monday looks great. Tuesday looks great. Then our next storm system pulls out. This is going to be on Wednesday. And with it, we'll most likely get some showers. We could get a little bit of snow on the backside. I don't think enough to give us a white Christmas, but I think the main story here is this is going to be an Arctic front. So Arctic air slides in by Christmas Eve and also on Christmas Day, where we're really going to struggle to warm up as we head into next Thursday and Friday. So it may not be a white Christmas, but at least the temperatures are definitely going to be on the cold side. 53 tomorrow, a few showers tomorrow night into Saturday morning. Sunday looks great. Look at Monday, 60 degrees, 65 by Tuesday, and then 52 and dropping on Wednesday and a high on Christmas Eve of only 35 degrees.
Ooh. That'll be chilly, but in the meantime, 65 one day.
Yeah, you can't let that one slide because that's going to be a nice day.
Yeah, you bet. We'll enjoy it. Thanks, Doug. With the potential for winter weather in the forecast, you're going to want to stay up to date. You can do that with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can find it in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, of course. It's free of charge. Just search for the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Still ahead, a Kansas woman's dedication to her job caught the attention of local police and now they're helping her get to work while avoiding harsh winter winds. Police in Franklin County, Kansas were concerned about a woman who walked on the highway every day, several miles, to get to work. So one of them decided to do something about it. As Alan Shope reports, it changed her life.
It wasn't warm out.
Nope, in fact, it was nearly freezing. That's why daily calls to the Franklin County Sheriff's Department of a woman walking down the highway were so concerning.
Got called out there just to check welfare, make sure she was okay.
What Deputy Macklin discovered was a woman walking to work in the cold every day.
I came back to the office, talked to my shift about if there was anything we could do for her.
Deputies say it's a nearly 6-mile walk for the woman each way just to get to work, and she's had to do that 4 days a week. So Tuesday afternoon, this happened. Oh my God. The Franklin County Sheriff's Department surprising her with a free van, insurance, and taxes paid for a year.
I can finally take my kids to the parks. I can go shopping.
But the department taking it one step further. The van supplied with winter coats, food, holiday gifts, and 2 car seats installed for her twin young boys.
I want to say thank you guys so much. This means the world to me.
When you get the opportunity to do something good and help somebody out that makes you feel good, you should take full advantage of it.
I was in tears. I was shocked, and I'm just like, what?
It really made me want to help her because she was doing it for her kids.
A lot of heroes out there. Average low temperatures in Ottawa are typically below freezing most of the winter. Final check on the weather and a personal note about COVID. Next. Take time now to honor a local veteran, Paul Milburn, who served in the U.S. Air Force. The Girard native was stationed in France, Okinawa, and Columbus Air Force Base with the 454th Bomb Wing. And we are proud to salute Paul Milburn. He's tonight's 4-state hero. A quick personal note and a reminder that COVID-19 is about all of us. I've been away from the station for a while because COVID-19 hit my home. My wife, Kay, a healthcare worker, contracted it first. I tested positive a few days later. Between us, we dealt with many of the symptoms you hear about: cough, fever, headaches, muscle and joint pain, shortness of breath, and fatigue. All of those things, both of us. We've both lost our sense of smell, still don't have that back. Kay can no longer taste my bad cooking. But we're both lucky. We were able to largely recover while isolating at home. We stayed away from others until the health guidelines told us it was safe to return. Some symptoms might linger for a while, but we're both now glad to be back at our jobs. We want to thank all of those who've reached out to us. That's been a lot of people. We only wish everyone could be as lucky as we have been as we all get through this together. Checking back in with Doug. Doug, Kay and I feeling a bit stronger every day.
Well, good. I'm glad to see you back at work. We missed you over the past couple of weeks, but I'm sure you being inside, you didn't miss the cold weather, and at least we're going to warm up a little bit over the next couple days. We should go near 50 for us tomorrow, and then we are going to see some rain working in tomorrow night and then into Saturday morning.
Thank you, Douglas, and thank you for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. In the meantime, please, let's take care of ourselves and each other.